Hi, I'm Andre with the Outrigger here in St. Pete, Florida. Today is a pretty exciting day. ARCO just announced a brand new regulator. It's called the ARCO Omega. This small little guy packs a fairly big punch. There's a lot of cool new features, but there's one specific thing that really is a cut above everything else, and I think it's kind of changed, let's call it the next generation of alternator regulators on the market. Talk about that in a little bit. Now, this is just a 3D printed box. I'm missing the labels. Ryan's probably going to put a little picture with the proper labels up here. I also have a beta version. I've been testing it for a few months on this boat. And alternator regulators and high op alternators have gained a lot of popularity in the last 5 years, and there's a really good reason for that. They're very, very powerful. They charge very fast. Like if you look at this alternator right here, this is a 48 volt. It'll produce 6,500 watts under cruising speed. That means you can charge your battery bank, you can run the air conditioning inside the boat, depending on how the boat is configured, but it's as powerful as having an onboard generator, but it's on an alternator that's on your engine that you already have propulsing, moving your boat to begin with. All right, so here we have a few examples of alternator regulators. Of course, you have the Balmar. That was a go-to for a lot of people, including myself, when nothing else was available. Then kudos to Rick Canal. They created the Wakespeed 500, great product, still a great product today. Moving on to the Zeus, great product, won the Innovation Award for IBEX with Bluetooth communication. Nice app, made things a lot easier to program, but there's also a very common theme to all of these. They all have a lot of wires. So ARCO has invested, they've expanded their facility, they bought these really fancy robotic machines that build the circuit boards and injection molding, and everything is assembled right here in Florida. I've been working with ARCO since the beginning of the ARCO Zeus as an advisor for them. They're just a really great team to work with. Ben Stoddard, the CEO of ARCO Marine, has assembled a really great team, Nick and Andre, and it's just great to work with them. It's not uncommon for them to video chat, and they got this big whiteboard in the background with a whole bunch of scribbles and ideas, and we're brainstorming, bouncing around ideas, and you can feel the passion in the room. Like, these guys, they love this, they're always innovating. And the reason I'm bringing this up is just these guys are in it for the long haul. They've created a great product. They've now have another great product, and they're not going to stop. They're going to introduce new things incrementally. They're in it for the long haul. Okay, so let's start talking about these new features. Obviously, redesigned chipset, better processors, etc., etc. There's a new app. Functionality-wise, it's very similar to the previous Zeus. There's a couple of tweaks here and there. One of my favorite features that they've introduced with this one is the introduction of Wi-Fi. The hardware is there. It's going to be operational later this fall, but they're going to have a VRM style portal where you can look at the data, see a history of the data, change the settings, etc., etc. So for installers like ourselves, it's very useful to be able to kind of log into a customer's Zeus and see if they've properly applied the settings, or if they have problems, we can go look for clues. It's very, very useful. They've also eliminated the need to have an ignition source, which has always been a bit of a challenge when you're replacing an alternator, to figure out when that alternator is spinning, and then when the alternator is spinning, it's their cue to start charging. The big feature, or the game changer, is the fact that it is modular, and it does not have the intimidation for the installation as previous versions. And this is a real game changer. So I only showed you the one box. There's actually two boxes. So this is the ADM, the alternator drive module, and this is the main communication box. And the only thing that joins these two is an MEA 2000 cable from one to the other. So there's going to be, this end is going to be the M12 for the MEA 2000 connection, and on the other end there's going to be 4 harnesses, similar to this and that. And the other thing too is this is completely potted. It's waterproof, so it's potted, so it's very protected. It can withstand 100 degrees Celsius, so in and around the engine, that's not going to be a problem. But with those 4 harnesses, there's one that's actually going to be identical to this one, and you're going to plug it into the back of an ARCO regulator or alternator. If you don't have an ARCO alternator, then they're going to have a pigtail that you can adapt to whichever alternator you have. Then there's going to be one of these. It's going to look similar to this, a 4-pin connection, and that's going to connect to a Hall effect shunt. Now a Hall effect shunt it's like a clip-on plastic thing that measures current flowing through a cable. And so, you know, no more cutting the wire and putting in a traditional shunt and lugging it, heat shrink, etc., etc. It's all done through the Hall effect shunt. So you're going to plug that in. You're going to hook it. It works on either positive or negative cable, so whichever one is more convenient for you to install it on, you'll be able to clamp it on. And then there's another little harness that looks like this, and that's going to be for your temperature sensor. So that's going to go on your temperature sensor lug back here. And then you're going to have a positive and a negative line. The positive is going to have an inline fuse, and the negative is going to have a ring terminal on it. So you don't even need to pull out your crimper. Like, all the connections are going to be made for you. It's click, 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 plug and play, there you go. And then you're going to zip tie with these little holders. You're going to zip tie that on the cable, you know, wherever is more convenient. Install your alternator and you're good to go. The next step, connect your NMEA 2000 cable and run it up to the main Omega unit, or the main communication box. And actually this is the beta version here, so it's going to come in here, and you'll see that you have two ports for VE CAN. So you would connect your Victron equipment through one of these VE CAN or CAN bus ports, and then there's a couple of accessories here that you can add. If you didn't have a Victron system and you wanted to add a shunt, you can add a Hall effect shunt, or you can add a traditional shunt to measure current for your main battery bank. And then this is the voltage sense wire. And what's, you know, and the entire goal of this new product was to make the installation as easy as possible. So this power cable also doubles as the voltage sense wire. So they're powering the unit as well as sensing voltage at the same time with a single wire. Now you should mount this as close as possible to the battery. And those of you that understand voltage regulators, that hasn't really been done in the past, because the power draw of these units to power the field is too high, and when you have too high of a draw, you're going to have voltage drop, and therefore your battery voltage measurement is not going to be accurate if you're trying to do both with the one cable. But the draw of this unit is so minimal that it doesn't matter. There's not a significant drop in voltage to really affect the measurement that we're trying to read, because most of the draw is happening in the alternator drive module. This is where we're powering the field. There's two wires on this box if you have a Victron system. One cable that joins the communication module with the alternator drive module. And then a plug and play situation with a pre-terminated ring terminals that goes on the alternator, and you're off to the races. So this is a significant improvement in installation time, complexity. I mean, a lot of people open the box and they look at this and they're intimidated. Even for installers, you're looking at this and poof, you know, I don't have much hair left for a reason. But this is really a game changer for the installers and the DIYers. So in summary, this entire system has been designed towards simplicity in installation, and it is a huge time saver, easily half the time or more what the traditional either Wakespeed or Zeus would take with all the wires for the sensors. You know, so you've got a plug and play installation on the back of the alternator to the ADM, and then one cable that brings you to the main unit, main communication unit. Then you have two wires that go and act as a voltage sense, and then of course you're going to have your RJ45 for the CAN bus for the Victron. Now, another thing I didn't mention is there is a switchable resistor within these boxes. So, you know, with the Victron, those little blue CAN bus resistors that you have to add, you can actually select that on or off inside the box. So, I mean, it's not a big plugging in a little resistor, but you have the option. Again, they've thought of every little aspect to try to simplify things. One more thing that I should mention, and I should have probably mentioned this sooner, but you can actually have up to 5 drive modules per one communication box. So for a catamaran, you're going to have 2 ADMs and 1 control box. If you have like an outboard with like 4 high outboard alternators, you could have 1 main module and 4 ADMs. It's like on my boat, eventually I'm going to have multiple alternators per engine, so I'll have 4 alternators controlled by the box. So great product. A couple of links in the description with additional information, pricing, and we're going to have an offer for pre-orders. So that's going to be published soon. We're going to have a giveaway or a gift with the purchase of the new ARCO Omega. So check the links in the description. It may not be right away, but soon we'll have that published there with some more information. On that topic, it is very important. It does matter where you buy your equipment from. The price is always the same. They have an MRP, but try to buy from somebody local that has experience with these, because it is probably some of the most challenging pieces of equipment that we sell. You know, for example, if you buy it from the yacht rigger, we can offer you a free system settings check before you fire up the system. We can help you remotely, and that Wi-Fi really makes things a lot easier for us. To buy it from somebody that has the knowledge to help you if needed is very important. We have 3 liveaboards, including myself, at the yacht rigger. They all have a Zeus on board. We are all very familiar with it. We work closely with ARCO on future firmware upgrades and things like that, so it's worth your while buying from somebody that knows the product well.